Good evening. It is now 7 o'clock, and the Bel Air Board of Town Commissioners Town Hall is now in session. All right, if we could have quiet in the room, please. Thank you. I'm going to call the roll. Commissioner Rutledge.
Here.
Commissioner Chismar.
Here.
Commissioner Taylor.
Here.
And Commissioner Chance.
Here.
If you all please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. First is the approval of the agenda. May I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that this evening's agenda of Town Hall meeting, September 15th, 2025 at 7 o'clock at Town Hall be approved.
Thank you, Commissioner Chance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. Any discussion of the agenda this evening? All right, Mr. Krantz?
Thank you, Madam Chair. For approval of this evening's agenda, September 15th, 2025, Commissioner Rutledge, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Chismar?
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor?
Aye.
Commissioner Chance?
Aye.
And Chair Edding.
Aye.
The agenda is approved. Thank you.
All right, next we have the approval of the minutes. May I have a motion?
Yes, Madam Chair, I move that the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meetings held on August 26, 2025 and September 2nd, 2025 be approved as submitted.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Commissioner Chismar. Any discussion of the minutes?
Madam Chair, I do have one item on the minutes for the work session of August 26th. At the top of that page, on the fourth line, the sentence stating, he noted that the board has the authority to approve this project, although it will not be binding because there is not a policy in place. It should read, it will not be binding precedent because there is not a policy in place.
Thank you.
That was my statement.
Thank you, Commissioner Rutledge.
I will second Commissioner Rutledge's amendment.
All right, anything further concerning the minutes? All right, we are going to vote on the amendment to the minutes. Mr. Krantz?
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the motion to amend the minutes for the August 26th work session, Commissioner Rutledge,
Aye.
Commissioner Chismar,
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Chance,
Aye.
and Chair Edding.
Aye.
The minutes are amended.
All right, and now for the vote on the, I need a motion? On the,
I made that.
on the minutes as amended.
For the minutes as amended to be approved, Commissioner Rutledge,
Aye.
Commissioner Chismar,
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Chance,
Aye.
and Chair Edding.
Aye.
The minutes are approved as amended. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Krantz. And now, first on our agenda this evening is the happy occasion for the Bel Air Police Department's promotion of Brett Spurl to Officer First Class. So if he will please step forward.
Front and center.
All right, are we on? Great. All right. First, let me just shake your hand. Tonight, it is with great pride that we recognize Officer Brett Spurl for his well-earned promotion to Officer First Class. Officer First Class Spurl's journey with the Bel Air Police Department began over a decade ago in 2013 when he joined the Bel Air Police Explorer program at the tender age of 14. He remained a member until he turned 21 and developed a solid foundation that would guide his future career. In 2019, Brett answered the call to serve his country by enlisting in the United States Marine Corps. During his time in the Marines, he served honorably as a military police officer and a crash reconstructionist in the Accident Investigation Division while assigned to Marine Corps Base, Hawaii. Is that a hard-duty station, Hawaii? It's terrible. Terrible. I'm sure you counted the days until you were done in Hawaii. His military experience sharpened his leadership, discipline, and technical skills, qualities that have served him well in his law enforcement career. Upon completing his military service in 2023, Officer First Class Spurl returned home and joined the ranks of the Bel Air Police Department. He graduated from the Baltimore County Police Academy in June of 2024 and quickly distinguished himself as a model officer. Despite his relatively short time on the force, Officer First Class Spurl has displayed a level of poise, professionalism, and sound judgment that far exceeds his years of service. To date, he has already initiated over 40 criminal arrests and conducted more than 190 traffic stops, a testament to both his work ethic and his expertise. He has completed advanced training in standardized field sobriety testing and has recently earned his certification as a police instructor. Officer First Class Sproul's instincts rival those of an experienced and decorated officer. He represents the very best of our department, a steadfast commitment to service, a calm and collected presence under pressure, and a deep-rooted sense of duty to his community. Joining him here tonight are his wife, Haley, his parents, Carmen and Jeff, his brother, Dylan, and his grandfather, Walt, a family that has clearly instilled in him the values that guide his service. We thank them for their continued support of Brett's career and his calling. Officer First Class Sproul, your professionalism and performance reflect great credit upon yourself, the Bel Air Police Department, your family, and the community you serve. We look forward to your continued success and leadership in the years ahead. Congratulations.
Madam Chair. Great job, Madam Chair. Where has the time? It's gone so quickly, hasn't it? My first recollection or memories of Brett, probably around 2016 or 17, and I try to remember all of the Explorers, but some stand out more than others. And he was definitely one of those standouts. I could tell then that he was going to rise up to do something. Leadership qualities, very disciplined. In fact, he kind of ran the Explorer post at the time like a little Marine Corps squad, and we kind of laughed about it back then. And Rick's like, "My gosh, Brett is he's keeping these kids in line." I said, "Yeah, you're not going to have a job the way he keeps going here if we can keep him in the Explorer post." But we knew back then that he was going to rise up to be something exceptional. Cool demeanor, and again, all the Explorers just followed him around and they listened to everything he said. So we kind of made a pact. I talked to Rick. I talked to the Marine Corps guys there, Nick. I said, "Look, we're going to have to try to pull some strings to get this kid back here." So it says something about the town of Bel Air that Brett wanted to come back from Hawaii to be a Bel Air police officer. So, hey, we lucked out. We got him back here. We had to pull some strings. But since he's been here, the mayor's already spoken about his exceptional qualities. And I mean, I've queried other people, and just from what I see, some of the descriptors that I get, he's polite. He represents our town in the best possible image that he can. There's some, when he's sent to something complicated, if Brett goes there, we know it's going to be done right. Courageous, well-rounded, leadership qualities, no drama, and humility. He's very humble. We can tell he hates this stuff. He's turning red right now. So with that said, high performer. Man, you're kicking some butt in performance, man, really are, and you're keeping our town safe. We really lucked out getting you. You're going to go far. Congratulations to you and your family. Got a great guy here, and I'm hoping you're going to be here for as long as you can be. We're proud to have you. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. So you go up there and take pictures? Yeah. Get some pictures here. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I think everybody knows there's a ceremony in the community room.
Yes. We'll be over later if there's any cake left. I know, that's a big crowd. It's a happy occasion. All right, back to the business at hand. Next, we have the public hearing on ordinance 846-25, amending Articles 7, 14, and Attachment 1 of the Development Regulations in Chapter 165 of the Town of Bel Air Code to establish a use category and performance standards for short-term rentals and to revise the definitions of short-term rental and accessory dwelling unit. If there's any member of the public here this evening who wishes to comment on this piece of legislation, if you'll come forward now, and seeing none, we will open and close the public hearing at 7:12 p.m. Moving on to unfinished business, we have ordinance 846-25, amending Articles 7, 14, and Attachment 1 of the Development Regulations in Chapter 165 of the Town of Bel Air Code to establish a use category and performance standards for short-term rentals and to revise the definitions of short-term rental and accessory dwelling unit. Mr. Small, do I have a motion?
Yes, Madam Chair. I move that ordinance number 846-25, revising Town Code Section 165-53G, Performance Standards, Section 165-104, Definitions, and Table 3-5 of the permitted use tables be approved by the Bel Air Board of Town Commissioners.
Thank you, Commissioner Rutledge. Do I have a second?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Chismar. Mr. Small.
Thank you. Right now, there is no definition or use category for short-term rentals, or STRs as they're sometimes referred to. So therefore, they are prohibited in town. STRs are typically private dwellings provided for rental up to 4 weeks, where owners and potential renters are aided by connections through the internet. Planning Commission and Economic and Community Development Commission was consulted on this proposed change to the code, and a copy of their comments were attached to your legislation when it was received. The town board reviewed comments and determined that the appropriate location for STR use would be best located in business districts within the town and excluded from residential zones. Provision of STRs requires the amendment to the performance standards, definitions, and permitted use tables under Chapter 165. It's recommended the ordinance 846-25, amending the code to permit short-term rentals within business districts in the town, be approved by the Bel Air Board of Town Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Small. Any questions for Mr. Small? All right, I know we've worked this through in a number of work sessions, so if there is no further comments, we will vote. All right, Mr. Krantz.
Madam Chair, I
Yes,
would
sir.
just like to add, I want to thank the staff. I want to thank Kevin and his department. I want to thank everybody in economic development as well. Kat, please pass that on to Angela. And I want to thank the Planning Commission as well as the Economic Development Commission here in town, ECDC, for allowing me to present this bill and to get comments in its original draft form. I want to thank each one of the commissioners for a very thorough discussion that we've had during work sessions, and that this bill has been deliberated upon very thoroughly. And I'm in full support of it and would be grateful for approval tonight.
Thank you very much. Anything else from anyone? All right, Mr. Krantz?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is for the vote to approve ordinance 846-25. Commissioner Rutledge,
Aye.
Commissioner Chismar,
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Chance,
Aye.
and Chair Edding.
Aye.
The ordinance is approved. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, under new business, we have Resolution 1258-25, opioid litigation settlement authorization with 7 opioid manufacturers: Alvogen, Amneal, Apotex, Hikma, Mylan, Sun, and Zydus. May I have a motion?
Yes, Madam Chair. I move that resolution number 1258-25, authorizing the town administrator, special counsel, and staff to execute and deliver opioid litigation settlements with 7 opioid manufacturers: Alvogen, Amneal, Apotex, Hikma, Milam, Sun, and Zydus in their entirety as recommended by special counsel be approved by the Board of Town Commissioners.
Thank you, Commissioner Chismar. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Rutledge. And Mr. Krantz, are you presenting? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A little bit about the background on the opioid lawsuits that have been happening over the last several years, to decades or more. The Bel Air Board of Town Commissioners passed Resolution 1113-18 back on July 16th, 2018, which authorized the town to enter into an agreement to retain law firms as special counsel to pursue the opioid litigation. So the most recent round, in September 2025, special counsel informed the town of Bel Air that the State of Maryland Office of the Attorney General has tentatively joined a national opioid settlement with generic manufacturers as previously named. Maryland, however, did elect not to participate in the settlement with Invidior. So this settlement consists primarily of settlements with generic opioid manufacturers, although these manufacturers will pay approximately $645 million over 10 years if all states participate. Maryland's estimated potential total share for all 7 settlements to be divided among the state and its subdivisions is approximately $12 million. These 7 opioid manufacturers have played roles in worsening the opioid crisis that has impacted communities across Maryland and the entire nation. Their conduct and misconduct has resulted in significant financial costs in the past to the town of Bel Air and will undoubtedly result in significant financial costs in the future. Special counsel has recommended that the Bel Air Board of Town Commissioners adopt and approve participation in these proposed opioid litigation settlements in their entirety. And as a result, staff recommends approval of Resolution 1258-25.
Thank you, Mr. Krantz. Any questions for Mr. Krantz? All right. And if there's any member of the public here who would like to comment on this resolution, if you would step forward at this time. And there being none, I think we're ready for a vote.
Madam Chair, may I
Yes.
just
Absolutely.
make one comment about this? This is a small step forward in a long and tragic history that we've all suffered. So many of us have suffered with friends, neighbors, relatives from the opioid addiction. And even though the amount of money that the town of Bel Air may seem small, I think it's an important moral victory to bring these manufacturers to heel with regard to the terrible conduct that they did. So many perfectly innocent people relying upon the advice of doctors who were under the influence of the pharmacies, pharmaceutical companies that were profiting by this. So even though it's a small token for the Bel Air budget, and I fully support adopting this settlement, I just wanted to state that I'm sure that we all feel the same way, that it is really a little period along the pathway of a long paragraph in a book about the destruction of life through opioid addiction.
Well said, Commissioner Rutledge. Anyone else? All right, Mr. Krantz?
For the vote on the approval of Resolution 1258-25, Commissioner Rutledge,
Aye.
Commissioner Chismar,
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Chance,
Aye.
and Chair Edding.
Aye.
The resolution is approved. Thank you.
All right. And the next item on our agenda is the international full-size dump truck purchase. May I have a motion?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd move that, that the quote for the Freightliner Western Star of Elkton, 189 Bell Hill Road, Elkton, Maryland, 21921, for a 2026 Freightliner 108 SD Plus with a Cummins L9360 HP engine, along with other selected options, in the amount of $127,827, be accepted by the Board of Town Commissioners.
Thank you, Commissioner Chance. Do I have a second?
Second?
Thank you, Commissioner Rutledge. And Mr. Klein.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Department of Public Works has identified the need to replace unit number 22, which is the 2013 International Dump Truck with approximately 15,000 miles. The age and the condition of the truck has become such that it is now scheduled to be replaced per the Department of Public Works equipment replacement schedule. The town is afforded the opportunity to piggyback on Sourcewell contract number 032824-DAI to purchase this truck. The town's procurement policy allows joint or cooperative purchases. By doing so, the town can obtain a truck fitted with the options needed without repeating the competitive bid phase. Funds in the amount of $265,000 were included in the FY26 Public Works Streets budget for its purchase. The town will sell the outgoing truck on Gov Deals and hope to receive at least $10,000 from that sale. This dump truck will be used by the street section of Public Works primarily for the hauling of construction materials and snow removal. The new dump truck will eventually be equipped with the 10-foot aluminum hybrid dump body, a 10-foot Valk snowplow, a Swanson salt spreader, and Force American PTO-driven hydraulic system. The staff recommends that the Board of Town Commissioners accept the quote of Freightliner Western Star of Elkin for a 2026 Freightliner 108 SD Plus with a Cummins L9 360 horsepower engine, along with other selected options in the amount of $127,827.
Thank you, Mr. Klein. Any questions for Mr. Klein this evening?
No, just to point out to the public, you told us in the work session that although $265,000 was allocated for this truck and we're spending $127,000 for the chassis, we still have to purchase the other equipment that
All the
goes
upfitting,
up the-
upfitting for the
Right.
vehicle, which was almost identical at $127,000 as well.
Right, so
Yeah.
we'll utilize close to that 265, just so the
Well,
public doesn't know there isn't.
Actually, will be about 9,500 under budget if
Right.
everything goes well.
Right.
Which is a good thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else for Mr. Klein? All
No,
right,
ma'am.
Is there anything, any member of the public here this evening that wishes to make a comment on the purchase of the full-size dump truck? All right, there being none, Mr. Klein, Mr. Krantz, we're ready.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the purchase of the 2026 Freightliner full-size dump truck, Commissioner Rutledge,
Aye.
Commissioner Chismar,
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Chance,
Aye.
and Chair Eddy.
Aye.
The purchase is approved. Thank you.
All right. Next is the Ford F-550 small dump truck purchase. May I have a motion?
Yes, Madam Chair, I move that the bid of Apple Ford Incorporated, 8800 Stanford Boulevard, Columbia, Maryland, for a 2026 Ford F-550 diesel single-axle dump truck in the amount of $77,457.90 accepted by Baltimore County be also accepted by the Board of Town Commissioners.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor, and do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Chance. All right, Mr. Klein?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Department of Public Works is responsible for snow and ice removal for over 41 miles of streets, alleys, and town-owned parking lots. Public Works utilizes 4 large-style single-axle dump trucks, which one that you just approved, 3 mini F-550 dumps, and 3 pickup trucks to perform snow and ice removal operations in town. The town is able to take advantage of a Baltimore County contract by piggybacking on their purchase agreement for this truck. The current truck will be sold on Gov Deals, where we anticipate receiving approximately $6,000 from the sale. The truck's maneuverability and power make it especially effective for snow plowing and salting operations within the town's smaller courts and cul-de-sacs. The new truck will eventually be outfitted with a large plow and salt spreader to further enhance its capabilities. The staff recommends that the Board of Town Commissioners accept the bid of Apple Ford as provided to and accepted by Baltimore County for a 2026 Ford F-550 diesel single-axle dump truck in the amount of $77,457.90. And just for the record, as we discussed last week at the work session, this too will also need to be upfitted, which will increase the price of the product. So we will hopefully work with a local vendor and get all those nice plows and salt spreaders and hydraulic systems and everything put on. We just really wanted to get the ball in and get these truck chassis ordered so they come to us sooner than later. Is there any questions on that?
What is the delay on the, like, what's the lead time on if you ordered it today, about how long would it take?
It's much better than it had been in previous years, but we're still talking about 9 months to 12 months.
So you really have to plan out
Yeah.
because we can't have storms without trucks.
Right.
And plows.
Yeah. We will be fine with this year's of snow and ice with our existing fleet, but it's time to, make the change.
Okay. Any further questions for Mr. Klein?
I just want to thank, in light of those two agenda items, commend as always our friends in Public Works and in Finance for their diligence and responsibility. We always appreciate both having the best and somehow almost always coming in under budget. I don't know how you guys do it. It's almost like you work it in there somehow, but I know you don't. So I appreciate that, and you continue to do right by the town, and you continue to make us proud.
The only problem with this whole thing is that we're not going to probably have the new big dump truck in time for the Christmas parade, so it might diminish our prospects of winning that contest once again this year, but we're going to give it our best.
All right.
Well,
You guys are competitors.
You still have the new one from last year.
We do.
Right.
And we have a new trailer that we just purchased that we're going to decorate as well, so.
Okay.
I
Snow
can't-
machines have all been fired up and ready to go.
I can't wait.
Me too.
All right. Anything else for Mr. Klein?
No, ma'am, thank you.
All right. Is there any member of the public that's here this evening that wishes to make a comment on the purchase of this dump truck? All right. There being none, Mr. Krantz, we're ready.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is for the approval of the Ford F-550 small dump truck purchase. Commissioner Rutledge,
Aye.
Commissioner Chismar,
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor,
Aye.
Commissioner Chance,
Aye.
and Chair Edding.
Aye.
The purchase is approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, public announcements. We are still accepting applications for the fall session of the Municipal Citizens Academy, which starts on September 24th. This 8-week course, which is offered free of charge, is an opportunity for Bel Air residents to learn about how their town government works and the many services it provides. Classes will be held on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 9 p.m. in the Police Department Community Room. Visit the Municipal Citizens Academy page on our website to register and contact the town clerk, Mr. Michael Krantz, who's here this evening, at 410-638-4550 or townclerk@belairmd.org with any questions. The annual Community Collection Drive will be held Saturday, September 20th in the Bel Air High School parking lot. The event, which runs from 8 a.m. until noon, is hosted by the Town of Bel Air in partnership with Harford County Government, Harford County Public Schools, and the Bel Air Lions. If you are decluttering and don't want to throw out items you no longer want or use, bring them to the community collection where they will be sorted for recycling or reuse by a multitude of community organizations. On-site shredding of documents will also be available, or you can bring appliances such as air conditioning units, dehumidifiers, or mini refrigerators to be recycled by BG&E. The utility will provide a rebate for each unit turned in. Visit our website, belairmd.org, for more information. The 19th Annual Harford County Wine Festival, which is sold out, unsurprisingly, will be held at Rockfield Manor on Churchville Road from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, September 27th. The Wine Festival is the signature annual event hosted by the nonprofit Rockfield Foundation, which manages the historic Rockfield Manor. Expect more vehicle traffic than usual if you're in the vicinity of Rockfield during the event. There is still time to sign up for fall dance lessons, which begin Monday, September 29th at the Bel Air Armory. The six-week course, during which students can learn rumba, beginner's single-time swing, or both, runs through November 10th. One session is $80 per person. Classes last for 1 hour and will be held on Mondays. The Roomba classes begin from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., and swing classes are 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Visit belairarmory.org for more information and to purchase tickets. Come out and experience all that downtown Bel Air has to offer during the monthly First Friday celebration on Friday, October 3rd. The event, which is hosted by the Bel Air Downtown Alliance, starts at 5 p.m. in the parking lot at 121 South Main Street next to Das Beer Hall Bel Air. Lassos, Inc., or Linking All So Others Succeed, will host its 16th annual Bingo Night fundraiser on Saturday, October 4th at the Armory. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the event starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are $15 in advance or $18 at the door, plus food and drink will be available for purchase. Visit lassos.org/events to purchase tickets. And you can call 410-836-0333 for more information. A living history performance featuring Colleen Webster portraying English novelist Jane Austen will be held on Tuesday, October 7th at the Armory. Admission to the event, which starts at 7 p.m., is free. Space is limited, though, so visit bellairarmory.org to reserve your spot. Webster will portray Austen in celebration of the author's birth 250 years ago in December of 1775. The Town of Bel Air's 2025 municipal election will be held on Tuesday, November 4th. 2 seats on the Board of Town Commissioners are up for election. Anyone who wants to cast a ballot on Election Day must be a resident of the Town of Bel Air and registered to vote in Maryland. People who want to register to vote or check on the status of the registration can contact the Harford County Board of Elections at 410-638-3565 or visit harfordvotes.gov. The deadline to register to vote is 5 p.m. on Tuesday, October 14th. Anyone interested in filing as a candidate in the election has until 7 p.m. on Friday, September the 19th to register. You must file in person here at Town Hall, and there's a $25 filing fee. Qualified candidates must have been residents of the Town of Bel Air for at least 6 months prior to the election and must be registered to vote in Maryland. The Board of Appeals will meet at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, September 16th in Bel Air Town Hall. The Cultural Arts Commission will meet at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, September 17th in the Bel Air Armory Conference Room. The Committee for Seniors and Citizens in Need will meet at 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, September 24th in the Police Department Community Room. The Historic Preservation Commission will meet at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 25th in Town Hall. The Planning Commission will meet at 6 p.m. on Thursday, October 2nd in Town Hall. And the Board of Town Commissioners will hold a work session at 5:15 p.m. on Tuesday, September 30th in Town Hall. And the next town meeting will be at 7 p.m. on Monday, October 6th, also in Town Hall. Anything to add?
St. Margaret's Carnival is this weekend, Friday and Saturday, the 19th and 20th, which is just over here at
Just
St.
over
Margaret's.
here.
That should be a great family event and, you know, always clogs up the arteries of traffic for a very good reason. So I'm sure, you know, if anyone in the audience has kids looking for something to do this weekend, that's a fantastic option.
It's a hugely popular fall festival that they have. Anyone else? All right. Public comments. If there's anyone here that wishes to comment on anything, whether it was on this evening's agenda or not, now is the time to step forward to the podium. And seeing no one, we will move on to commissioners' comments. I got an email from John Resta, who said the Arts Festival went as smoothly as it's ever gone, and he wanted to relay his thanks to the Police Department, Public Works, and everyone that was involved in the event. It's always a huge crowd, and they had, you know, terrific weather, and we're competing with the Ravens game, but they still had a big turnout this year. So thank you to everyone.
I would also like to say that I know that it takes hundreds of hours, but also many, many, many volunteers to come and help set up, take down, and along with just the town employees who help out. So a great deal of thanks to so many people.
I have a few items, Madam Chair. The first is this evening I attended the soft opening of the new Raising Cane's. I was impressed by the chipperness of the staff attitude. They were very excited to be there for their first day. We'll see how they feel in 2 weeks, I'm sure they're going to get a deluge in. Tomorrow is their grand opening, and that is sure to be an exciting celebration. I'm looking forward to joining my colleagues here and leadership from the town to welcome them officially tomorrow. I also want to give a hearty congratulations to both our colleague Steve Chismar and all of his neighbors for a very successful celebration of the 300 block of Broadway's 100th anniversary. That is a historic community in the town of Bel Air. You honored your neighborhood very well. It was a very well-attended party, and it was lovely to be out there on such a wonderful day. The weather was really beautiful for it.
Yeah, it was a great day. There was a lot of people there, which was what we wanted, and everybody was dancing in the streets, and that's
Yep.
a good thing. So,
And all of the homeowners were honored with certificates of special recognition by the town's Appearance and Beautification Committee for everything they've done to really make that one of the gems of the town of Bel Air. On a little bit more of a somber note, I think we all are aware that last week Charlie Kirk was assassinated
And I just felt that it was important to make that clear in this space of public discourse, as we as elected representatives have a charge to give voice to the pain that those in our community are feeling, but also just the pain that all those who value freedom of expression and freedom of discourse feel. This really rocked the nation in a way that I think that violence on elected officials, as terrible as that is, we often sometimes, as us as elected officials, we sort of recognize in the back of our mind that there could be someone crazy out there who takes violence out on us because we've chosen to put ourselves forward. Mr. Kirk did not embark on that. And so it really feels as though just a citizen who made clear how much he loved his country, how much he loved his God, was gunned down for holding those beliefs and sharing those beliefs boldly. And so I just encourage all of our friends in the Bel Air community and broader, as the nation starts to come back together and heal, to not run away from people you disagree with, to not shut out people you disagree with, to not treat them as less than human, to not demonize them. Really try to extend a hand to understand why it is that they hold a view that you don't. And in doing so, you can, I think, really begin to understand that there's so much more that unites us than divides us, and that there is never, ever cause to inflict harm, and certainly not death, on your fellow Americans. I understand that a group of private individuals has organized a tribute, a vigil at Shamrock Park tomorrow. I will certainly be in attendance there as our community starts to come back together. I encourage folks to come out, regardless of your politics, to come out and pray for peace and pray for understanding. And if there's anything that you can do as we not just pray, but as we act, have a conversation with someone with whom you disagree, because it really is the most powerful act of defiance that you can offer against this wave of political violence. Conversation. That's the best way to root out violence, because when people stop talking, that's when they start fighting.
Sadly, I have to say that I feel that our country has suffered many assassinations, and it takes one person to kill one person. And we watched a lot of that. I mean, go back to the 60s, go back to Abraham Lincoln, go back. And we haven't learned our lesson to put guns down and accept that other people have differences of opinion, and violence is not the answer. I don't care who you are, what you feel, what your political affiliation is. Violence is not the answer.
Well said. Both of you, agree with you, so I'm not going to belabor it any further on that topic, but
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor, for that eloquent presentation. I fully support what you said, and as well as Commissioner Chance, thank you very much. And I agree with that, and appreciate us being able to take a moment here, to express this freedom of speech.
I know there's discussion in the abstract about the First Amendment and no use of violence, and certainly those are two things that are very important, but I was struck mostly by the fact that those two young children have been deprived of a father. They will never remember him. They are too young, and they will never have their father in their life. And I just thought, what a terrible, on a personal scale, what an awful tragedy that is for his family, for his wife. A loss that really they will suffer the rest of their lives, and it can never be made up. So for the nation, it's one thing, but the loss for that group is just so tragic and so sad. So on that note, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.